there's quite a bit of decent fight work choreography. Well, no, the fights are what you'd expect from a cartoon. Yeah, none of this shit would work in real life, but it's a cartoon. I mean, it's just top thing. The leader of the cult, Cobra cult, who's still the Cobra guy from all the comics. At one point, excuse me, Bronze Tiger had gone back and fought. He was destroying the clan after they saw the tattoo and he figured out what they were and he was going around killing different members from the Cobra cult. Kobra. Yeah, Cobra with a K. Okay. Any rate. And ends up at some point coming into contact with the guy who would become the leader of the cult, but at the time he's a kid. So he ages to adulthood, but everybody else here seems to have the same age. Okay. Any rate, so of course, Bronze Tiger not under the control of the League of Assassins, so he doesn't kill the kid. Yeah, that happened. Anyway, goes and does his thing. He decided not to kill the kid, so he says this is all his fault. He becomes a martial arts teacher. I'm not sure if that happened to Bronze Tiger or not. I don't know. I mean, I remember him being part of the Richard Dragon thing, and then him showing up in Batman, being mind wiped and turned into a member of the League of Assassins, killing the first Batwoman before fighting with Batman. Anyway, that's not in here, of course. There is decent back and forth from the characters. You can tell they're friends or whatnot. Lady Shiva has this organization where underground fights happen. But one of the guys went through cheating and she says you have brought dishonor and he says whatever with a really bad Austrian accent. And there's a big fight after he killed the other guy to win. She kills him with one hand, I think, yeah. Kind of like what she had to do one finger to beat the other guy, which was ludicrous. This was a little better, but whatever. It's still over the top matrixy, not even Matrix level, just over the top silly kung fu like you would probably see in like a kung fu theater from the 70s. So okay, fine, whatever. Kind of the stuff that Tarantino loves, even though none of it's in any basis in the slightest of realities. But okay, whatever. Like Shaw Brothers stuff. I love the Shaw Brothers, but they were entertaining. That's basically what this is. It's entertaining, old kung fu theater from the 70s that you would see on TV. The moves would not work at all, but it's fun to watch. They're not trying to pretend like any of it would work. It's a kung fu movie. And then the ending happens. Okay. The Cobra cult is now, they're chasing the Cobra cult to get the sword back because they steal it from Shiva. She's pissed. But they had a bunch of them, and they have this one creature who's a snake guy. Again, I don't know if this monster was, like, he looks like a dude, or like just some sort of servant dude who works for Cobra. Let's see. I don't know, picture a blonde version of the dude with the butler guy from freaking Hellsing, who is usually teamed up with, Alucard. Not Alucard, but the butler dude, what was his name, Winston or something? Yeah, basically if he was one. So that's who you're thinking is the evil version of that, but then he turns out to be this creature that can turn into snakes and shit. So the Cobra cult and set from Marvel Comics got mixed together for some reason. I don't know, maybe set was used more like this in the Conan books. I've read a few of them, not many, because Robert E. Howard was a writer of his time, we'll leave it at that. But I have read later interpretations of those books that were pretty good, leaving out things from what people of his time would put in. Thank God they cut those out. However, they have a decent fight between this creature. He's killed a few people. Like, they sent some assassins to kill Richard Dragon and Batman. They fail. because it's Richard Dragon and Batman, and he kills them. So then there's this big fight, and he starts revealing that he can turn his hands into snakes and stuff, and his head into a snake, and then when they chop off one of the snakes, it becomes another snake. So I think it's Bronze Tiger that says note to self, swords are out, or something like that. And they have a decent fight, and they realize, like, way into the fight, to use the fucking torch that's been sitting there. It's like, duh. It's kind of like, you can already presume that they're going with the whole Hydra strategy, which is what they did. So they set the thing on fire and kill it. Which I guess is one of the snake men for the creatures. They don't really go into much detail about what he is. He's there. I mean, I guess if you read enough of the Cobra comics from the 70s or something, it would make sense. But I don't know this man, so it's like, okay, fine. You'd be dead. Dragon fights, what is his name? White Snake. White Dragon, something. I don't know. The villain from the Robin comics that was like blind, like the Tim Drake guy. Yeah, the guy who fought King Snake, that's his name. He fights King Snake, who's still blind until Richard realizes what's going on, so he starts throwing rocks to disorient him, so he goes after those things. So Richard can attack him, which, okay, fine, fair enough. Shiva fights the other person, some blonde woman. I have no idea who she is. You got me, folks. You've gone so fucking obscure. I have no idea who some of these people are. I mean, you could probably throw in anything from New 52 and I'd be like, I have no idea who the fuck this is. Because anything after that, I just don't read anymore. It's just not my thing. But at any rate, they defeat all this, and then they have a fight with Cobra. They free the kid that he's going to kill, and Richard Dragon has a signal made. He says, press this when you get far enough away, so that, yeah, there's people for his age, so he can pick them up and get them somewhere safe, or to their families, or whatever. I don't know. The Cobra guy ends up killing himself, and old Sensei walks out, but it's really Naga, their Cobra demon thing, and he fights them, and he wants to take over the body of Richard Dragon, because he thinks he's the body from heaven. Of course, Dragon doesn't want to do that. There's a big fight. At one point, Naga turns into some big snake thing, and Dragon turns into a dragon. Again, it's 70 exploitation at its best. They end up destroying the body and trapping Naga back in there. Oh yeah, with the sword. They stab him with the sword, so then his spirit is stuck in the sword. Because that's how it works. It traps his spirit in, so it can be put in the thing to open the gate. The gate's already open, so it doesn't really matter. And they're celebrating. And there's one scene where Batman like traps the head of the guy and breaks the neck of the guy with his cape. Because they're saying you're not as good as these people. They're the best. Blah 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 blah. What do you have that they don't? He says a cape, and he wraps it around the guy's head. And the old Sensei's body with its Naga inside, killing him. And here's where the ending comes that I find kind of fucking stupid. I'm sorry, but it's stupid. Batman goes under there, because of course he does. Because the sacrifice has to be made, so the thing stays closed. But before the gate can close, the rest of them go in so they can go fight Naga. Of course, we don't see the fight, that's where it ends. So yeah, that's my boy.